All right, guys, what's going on? Hope you're doing good. Hope you had a great morning. So, got to thinking about some stuff last night about the scent in the landfill search in the Sebastian Rogers case. So, Sebastian Rogers has been missing now close to 200 days, and we've not really heard anything from the police. So, again, I'm going to try to stay away from the whole order of protection drama. I just want to focus on the actual aspects of the investigation and, techniques that might be being used and stuff like that. That's what I want to talk about. So when it comes to the scent, we all heard Chris say that, and everybody kept telling me this, live and making comments. I done live yesterday, and people were leaving comments, and boy, he was really pushing the scent. Sebastian's scent went to the retention pond from the house. And well, I found a news press conference for the news, and the guy over the search said that they found a few hits away from the house, but not at the home, basically. So why were there hits away from the home, but not at the home? And that doesn't look good. With Chris saying that the dogs went from the home to the retention pond, and it was Sebastian's scent, and everybody's like, he was pushing that real hard. I vaguely heard it. But apparently he must have kept preaching and harping on it several different times on YouTube or different channels maybe about that. And I didn't know that. I vaguely heard one time where he did say that, Sebastian's scent went to the retention pond and they drained it, but there wasn't nothing there. I didn't know that he kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. But at the same time, I got to thinking, if like this guy over the search said, there was no sign of Sebastian around the home, no scent around the home, it makes you wonder what investigators are thinking about Chris making those statements. Investigators are probably like, why is he out here making these statements when it's not true? We picked, he said, I'll play the clip for you. I tell you what, hang on, guys, I'll play a clip for you right here.
Chief, I know you guys had asked for doorbell cam and surveillance camera. Have you guys been able, since Sunday night, Monday morning, been able to actually put eyes on Sebastian? Has any video actually shown him? We have had several clips that have come in. Several of them we've been able to dispel. That's not Sebastian on that clip. We are still working every lead that comes in. So as the video comes in, our detectives, we're working really well alongside the TBI and all of our other law enforcement partners in the region to make sure that we're getting on them just as quickly as possible. But there hasn't been one video that you guys have had that you said there is not a confirmed sighting of Sebastian on camera. Yeah.
Was any of the canines able to pick up scent or something that can lead you to maybe a direction where he might have been?
We've done that. We've actually cast the dogs at intersections to see if they take us. And our dogs are scent specific, and we have scent articles from the home, and they have not. We have gotten some tracks away from the home, and we haven't had anything that leads us to Sebastian.
So there you go. There's the guy that's over the search, and I'll just let it speak for itself. It sounds to me like there wasn't no hits around the home, right? And people were saying there was a video of Sebastian taking the trash out, right? They didn't mention anything about that. They didn't say, the last known evidence that we have of Sebastian on video, camera, anything, was him taking the trash out at the home. They said there's nothing, other than, Texas Roadhouse. They had the opportunity to talk about Sebastian taking out the trash, but they didn't mention it. They said there's nothing, no video, pictures, or anything. So I'm kind of wondering, did Sebastian was he seen by somebody, or was he on camera taking the trash out? So, and then let's talk about the landfill, guys. Let me play the news clip on that.
Search warrant this morning to look at the landfill because this is where Sebastian's trash most likely goes to, the region of Sumner County where he lives. All of the waste ends up here in White Plains, Kentucky.
All right, so there's the clip on Sumner County executing a search warrant on the landfill. So, well, let's talk about that landfill search for a minute. They said they didn't really come up with anything at the landfill. My question is, what was, and they said it was precautionary, but I really, to put that much manpower, money, time, and effort into going all the way up there, because, it's not a 5-minute drive up the road from Sebastian's house. It's not a 5-minute drive from Sumner County. Right. It's in another state. It's in Kentucky. Right. So not only do you have to go through the trouble of getting the search warrant, you got to get all, you got to get the manpower together. You got to get the equipment together. They had to go up there and basically shut the landfill down, from what it sounded like on the news. It was a lot to do to be precautionary. You know what I mean? So again, like I said in my live last night, I do not think that we're going to hear the end of what led them to go search the landfill. People made some really good comments. They said, now if they did find anything useful in the landfill, they don't have to tell us. They can say we didn't really find anything. And they're true. That's true. They don't have to tell us that they found anything. So I still wonder, guys, what was the actual thing that made them go get that. And again, I don't believe it was the sanitation workers saying the trash was heavier than normal. Okay, I think they stumbled across something, and what that something is, I don't know. And I wonder if they actually took cadaver dogs to search the landfill too. And, that just, when they were searching that landfill, all I could think of is, this ain't good. There's a lot of things in this case that make you say, this is not good. The search of the landfill, the lies, the behavior, the accusations from people that know Chris and Katie, the accusations on their behavior, you know what I mean, and of course the Bower Sox. So what was it? Terry's coworker came out and said some bad stuff against him. I mean, in my opinion, it's not looking good for Chris, Katie, and possibly even the Bower Sox. It's not looking good. Again, why would they be searching a landfill where Sebastian's residential trash And it wasn't commercial, guys. It was, well, they said basically the whole neighborhood right there ended up in Kentucky. So a lot of people are saying it's commercial. It may be mixed. There may be some businesses around that subdivision where their trash gets taken up there too. Like restaurants and car washes and things like that. So I guess that would be a little commercial too. But it doesn't look good for them to be searching a landfill for something to help in the investigation that, where that trash actually came from Sebastian's house. When they're looking in the landfill, you're like, okay, well, let's trace, where's that stuff in the landfill coming from? It's coming from Sebastian's house. Doesn't look good, guys. Again, it puts the magnifying glass over Chris and Katie. It puts the magnifying glass over that house that Sebastian lived in. And who has access to that house? Chris, Katie, and the family. Right? The other suspicious thing is, why were all the doors locked? Again, people, I think Chris and Katie are trying to say that he may have just ran off in the middle of the night. Why lock the door behind you if you do that? If I was running off, I wouldn't bother to lock the door back behind me. Right? So anyway, guys, let me know what you think about the video. I'll be back on here at 9 for another video. Just wanted to bring this to you real quick. Got to thinking about it last night, and it's been bugging me. So I figured I'd make a video about it. And so let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys on the next video tonight.